Okay, so next we're going to talk about cue action.
Yep.
And timing and so on. So I don't know anything about this. You need to treat me as a layman.
Which you are.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I think the biggest thing is, I think it's so important to be smooth on the delivery. For instance, you don't want to be like, really like sort of seesaw quick type thing, because you lose all your rhythm. So if you come back, it's like your back arm's jerking and it's stopping, do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So a lot of the amateurs, they're too quick and it's like very, very jabbing, do you know what I mean?
Right.
You don't have to, people think you have to sort of hit it really hard to get the reaction to come all the way back, but it's sort of the opposite really. It's smooth, slow, smooth, and just get the follow through. So, my sort of cue action would be more like a little bit of feathering and then just pull back slow and then push right through, and you still get the reaction. As you can see, it's coming back slow and smooth, as opposed to, really quick jabby, and you lose all the timing and the feel of the shot really.
So talk me through the timing then. So if we line up another one again. So how are you accelerating the cue through the ball then? Is it dependent upon the shot? Or?
Well, it's more like some people, there's no sort of rule of thumb regarding, like, we call it feathering the cue ball. So some people pull it back like this and then back, but they're still smooth. That's the big thing. It's all smooth. That's where I'm sort of like, I sort of feather the white me. I don't really come back and forth. Mm-hmm. So mine's sort of like little back and forward and then right back, and it's almost like you're pulling the trigger.
Yeah.
So there's no real rule of thumb regarding, you got to come back 3 times and deliver. Each individual would be different. Yeah. But everyone's achieving the same thing. It's coming back nice and easy, as opposed to fast and your arm stops and then just deliver smooth. Yeah. That's the main goal, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And in terms of the angle of your elbow and your arm, when you're lining up the shot, are you trying to have the point of impact would be at a certain angle there? I mean,
well, the sort of a 90-degree angle, if you like, and it goes back to your stance. Your right foot, it's all your right foot, your right arm, your shoulder, elbow, everything's in line, as opposed to, it's not dipping over like that, because you're not going to be consistent. As you can see, the cue's going. So as you can see, my arm, it's like right angle. I'm not starting back there, and you know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm not starting here like that. Yeah. It's just sort of, it sounds obvious, but it's just sort of a natural position, do you know what I mean? And it sort of looks all nice, and then it's just delivering it.
Yeah, because some players have can get in a habit of playing with an angled arm.
Yeah, I mean,
and almost can't get out of that.
Well, yeah, and you see a lot of players, like, they'll be bridging like this, and their arm's back there, and it's like, it sort of looks horrible, if you know what I mean.
So if somebody's got themselves into that bad habit, do they continue to try to cope with that bad habit?
Well, they do, but I mean, they need to obviously get coaching, and first thing they'll do is obviously you'll go through the stance, the grip, like we're doing now, and if they're going like that, you can bring your arm up, you've got to get coaching really. Yeah. Yeah. It's not easy to watch videos and try and emulate the video as such. Yeah. You need somebody saying, oh, then if you do this, and then they will feel a difference really. Yeah.
So it's worth taking your stance, the way you cue, apart and start again. Yeah. Even if you're less successful.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I quite like doing the coaching myself, because when you're coaching an amateur who's not very good, if you like, and they're obviously keen to learn, it takes you back to when you was doing all these practice things. Obviously, I wouldn't do that as such now, but because it's a natural thing for me now. But when you do coach with you think, oh yeah, next time, that's what you do. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, that's how you start, really.
Yeah. Okay. And so you were talking before, one of the other videos, about when you're in a pressure situation.
Yep.
Do you find that sometimes you'll go down to sort of feather the ball, and you actually realise that you haven't set yourself up right? Yeah,
sometimes you'll get yourself back up, or sometimes you might feel like you've got down in position. You think, I'm not quite right here, so you need to get back up. Yeah. Sometimes you're lazy and you stay down, and usually you'll miss the shot because of that instance. Or a big thing is you'll miss a shot because you've changed your mind while you're down on the shot. So, for instance, what I mean is you might be playing a shot where you think, oh, I'm just going to stun it, but on the shot you're thinking, I'm just going to like play it with a bit of drag or screw back.
Yeah.
But what you should do is get back up,
decide
what shot you're playing, and then approach the shot and play the shot.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm quite guilty of doing that, really.
Yeah.
I think when I
when
I miss a ball, that's what I've done. Do you know what I mean? Because
Right.
I just shouldn't miss.
Yeah.
I should never miss.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so it's probably like a little voice in your head.
Yeah,
saying,
it's
hang on a minute.
it's a psychological error, really. It's
Yeah.
not, you know what I mean?
Being bothered to start
Yeah,
again.
start again. But because a lot of times, you know, you've played that many hours for 20 years, if you like, you sort of think it's easy, if you like, and then you miss a ball. I did it in US Open. I'll never forget the shot. I was 7-1 down, got it back to 8-6 down, and I'm on the run out, and I've landed on the 8 a little. I played the 7, and there was a door shut like outside the arena, and I sort of jabbed the 7 a bit. It was right on my timing, but I was still all right on the 8. But I had to play a shot where to hold it for the 9 in this pocket, I had to really kill it, or do I stun it over? And I was going to stun it over, but when I was on the shot, I thought, oh, I'll just kill it, and I ended up hitting it a bit fat, and it stayed over the pocket, and it probably cost me. Obviously, I won't say it cost me the title, but from 7-1 down to going 8-7,
Yeah.
all of a
Pivotal
sudden,
moment.
yeah, I've asked the question.
Yeah.
And then I think from that point, it was 9-6, and he won 3 or 4 racks, and it was the match over then. Do you know what I mean? So
So if you
even
could do that again, then how would you handle that?
if I was in that situation again, I'd probably do the same, knowing me. No, no. As I said, you've got to approach the shot knowing exactly what shot you're going to play. Don't change your mind when you're down.
Yeah.
Just get back up. You know what I mean? And
I guess when you got the shot clock going though,
yeah,
you're taking time thinking beforehand.
yeah,
It's
exactly.
difficult,
But
isn't it?
usually your instinct is pretty much the right shot anyway, to be honest.
Yeah. Just go with that.
Yeah, but
Don't change your
obviously that's at a high level. But for the layman, the amateur who wants to improve, it's all about the basics. So you know, just make your mind up before you get down, really, and play that shot.
So final bit then, we will talk about practice routines in a moment, but
Yep.
in terms of getting that cue action right then and straight and all the right things, is there something that you can do? Can you do that on your own and practice it, or do you need somebody to be watching you and telling you whether you're actually doing it or?
Yeah. I don't think you could do it on your own, to be honest.
Right.
I think you would. It depends, because obviously when I started as a kid at 14, I obviously had a little bit of talent, you know what I mean? I was just into sport and I could pot the ball. Technically, I probably wasn't any good. I was probably like running round table too quick, but I had a good eye for the pot, if you like.
Yeah.
So I was sort of self-taught to a degree. But if you're a player, an amateur, and you've not got that natural and breaking all down, but that's not easy to do. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah.